What is up, guys? So, I'm going to be doing what if I was in My Hero Academia. There's going to be 2 more parts of this, but I'm going to change this a little. I'm not using the One for All story. I'm using the Black Fire one. The Dark Flame story. So, let's get on with it. I wish I had an intro. So, basically, we started off with class. Aizawa meant, and then Aizawa says, "Alright, class, I have a very fun and interesting announcement." And everyone's ears perk up. They're like, What? What did you just say? And he's like, "We're hosting a Class 1A tournament where all of UA watches." And then everyone's like, "Yes! Yes! Yes!" Oh, shoot, I just remembered that I can't record. Hello? Oh, good, it worked. I thought it didn't work. So basically, I thought I would announce the tournament. Oh, not now, doggo! Why? Why now? Why? Go lay down! Lay down! Play with my plushies, I don't care! Just stop barking! No! No! Stop it! You see nothing! You don't see a squirrel. You do not! Now go lay down! You know, I'll go get your bone for you so you just stop. I don't want no crazy barking dog. Here! Chase! Come here! I got your bone, now calm down and stop barking. Happy now? There we go. Back to the recording. So they're going to have a long tournament to see who's the strongest in Class 1A. And Aizawa explicitly says, no, actually not, you can use your ultimate moves. I want an all-out fight to see how strong you've all gotten. We're going to start off with a one-on-one tournament. So, the first match will be Ojiko Uraraka. I'm going to name all the matchups right now. Ojiko Uraraka versus Mina Ashido is the first match. Yaoyorozu versus Tsuyu, second match. Kirishima versus Sato, third match. Bakugo versus Mineta, fourth match. Fifth match, Todoroki versus... Come on! There's gotta be more! Did I just name 20? Let me refresh my Class 1A memories. Who else is in Class 1A? I really don't... Oh yeah, Kirishima versus Todoroki. Ida versus Kaminari. We got... What other people are in there? Oh yeah, Hagakure versus... Oh yeah, versus Ojiro. I'm pretty sure those are the last matches, because that was like 10. Oh yeah, and the final match is... Really, I shouldn't have said... Okay, you know what? We're screwing it around. We're flipping it around. It's Ida versus Midoriya, and Christian versus Kaminari. Let's start the first match. So, Kaminari, it's Ojiko Uraraka versus Mina. Uraraka would pretty much dodge all of Mina's attacks, then pick up a giant rock with 0 gravity and yeet it. Mina would not be able to do anything and jump over the rock and shoot another beam at her, more acid. This match did keep on clashing with strength, but I think in the end, Mina would probably win. There's no way Uraraka has the physical powered thingies, so Uraraka would win. I already forgot the next... Oh yeah, the next match is... It's Sato. I'm not even gonna go in order. I'm just gonna go randomly. Yaoyorozu versus Tsuyu, and we all know who's gonna win this match. It's Yaoyorozu, because we all know Tsuyu doesn't have the strength for that. Sure, she has some frog-like abilities, but she don't win. Next is Sato versus Kirishima. Now the victory goes to Kirishima because he ends up with because Kirishima activates Red Riot at the end to defeat Sato. Next match, Bakugo versus Mineta, and Mineta immediately is shaking. Bakugo says, "Brrr." AP Shoto Auto Cannon! Immediately wrecks Mineta, and then he says, Howzen Impact! And then wins the battle. Next match is Ida versus Deku, and it starts off with Deku saying, one for all, full cowling, 10%, 25%, and then you say, shoot style, kicking Ida back a little bit, then Ida says, Receptro, and Deku says, shoot style, and they'd clash. They'd have a pretty good battle, but in the end, of course, Deku would obviously win this battle. Next one, wait a minute. Frick, I messed up the matchups! It was supposed to be Kirishima versus Sato. Screw it, we're mixing it up again. You're not screw it, no. That was normal. Next match is Todoroki versus Hagakure. Now, Todoroki doesn't really know where to aim, but he'd obviously win because it's Todoroki. Next match is Kaminari versus Christian. This match would be an easy dub for your boy Christian out here. Kaminari just hasn't had the skill, but we're just gonna go over it. It'd start off with Christian saying, alright Kaminari, let's see what you can do. He'd immediately create fire in his hand and say, ah! Fire punch! And slam his fist into Kaminari's face. Then grabbing Kaminari's leg and throwing up in the air and saying, Blaze kick! And kicking him down, winning in the match immediately. And he's like, well, that was boring. Yeah, that was a little too boring. And now moving on to the quarterfinals. So the next match is Yaoyorozu versus, Hagakure. I'm just gonna say that Ojiro passed. So this match would be pretty easy for Mina to win, but I think Yaoyorozu would eventually win because she was on recommendation. She'd probably create like a staff or something, like a metal bar or something, so it can melt through so it can break through the acid. So I think Yaoyorozu would probably win this match. Next is Kirishima versus Bakugo. Now this wouldn't end well for your boy Actually, it would end pretty well for him. Kirishima would say, Red Roar! God damn it. Hello? I'm not gonna have some yet. I'll see you later. I don't know. So? Yeah, that's if I get something. You said no. She really thought I was just gonna come there. I lied, because she didn't even move. Alright guys, I am back. So Bakugo versus Kirishima. Now Kirishima would win if this was canon, but Bakugo would definitely win. With just 1-8, because Bakugo's legit name for AP shot. AP shot is literally called armor piercing shot. So he would AP shot Kirishima and definitely win. Next match is Midoriya. Christian versus Ojiro. Christian would immediately say, alright, here it goes. He'd put his arm back and put fire on it and slam it forward with a huge wave of fire, hitting Ojiro, knocking him out of burning him, and he gives up after that because he's burning. Christian would retract the flames and say, good match. They'd shake hands, and that'd be it. Moving on, it's Midoriya versus Todoroki. So this is a really good fight. So he'd say, one for all, full cowling, 50%, Detroit smash, destroying all of Todoroki's eyes and hitting Todoroki back. Then he'd blitz over to Todoroki saying, St. Louis smash, kicking Todoroki in the face. Then he'd say one last thing, Delaware, Detroit, smash! Breaking through the ice and hitting Todoroki, knocking him out. Now Deku would win. Next match. Alright, so there's about 4 contenders left. I just have to put a random one in. So, next, I'm just gonna say Todoroki was actually, I'm just gonna say Todoroki actually did win his fight, not with Deku, but because I ran out of characters. I don't know my Class 1A characters. I bet you I'm missing someone. I am 100% missing someone. So the first match is Bakugo versus Deku. Now, this is a hard decision. This is a really hard decision. I don't know who I want to win. If I make Bakugo, I can make an awesome fight, but if I make Deku, I can also make an awesome fight. Screw it, I've already made an awesome fight with Deku. Sorry, can't put Deku. Actually, you know what? Screw it, you guys will see. So immediately, the first match is actually Christian versus Bakugo, and Deku versus Todoroki. Christian would say, alright, let's test this out. Bakugo would say, ah, and start rushing immediately with an explosion. Christian catches his hand and says, alright, this is how you want to play. He throws Bakugo back. Bakugo creates another one, he says, ah, and Christian says, fire punch, clashing with Bakugo's explosion. Then he says, alright then, creating a ginormous explosion. Then he'd move, and then he'd appear right below Bakugo, blaze kicking him up in the air. Then he'd spin around and blaze kick him again, sending him straight into the ground. He'd say, yeah! Fire blast! He'd jump up, doing a backflip, creating fire from his foot, making it into the shape of the real fire blast from Pokemon. Okay, ooh, is this what it is? Who's commented on my video? I'd love to see. Oh, hello. So, basically, Bakugo would be getting wrecked. I'm kidding, they'd be pretty even. So Bakugo would eventually lose the match, because it's a resistance battle, and Bakugo would pretty much get wrecked. So yeah, next match is Deku versus Todoroki. So Todoroki would immediately rush at... Well, Todoroki would make some ice spikes, and Deku would say, smash! Oh, another comment. Oh, so, hello, Itachi Uchiha. I know you're not. Well, hello. So, this is basically what if I was in MHA, if you saw it from the title. So, basically this match is, this is MHA. This is My Hero Academia. So, yeah, basically. And this is the sports festival match. Well, it's not a sports festival, it's the UA. This never happened, actually. This is just my version of the ending, of one of my favorite endings. So, the next match is Deku versus Todoroki. Deku would immediately say, smash! Punching through Todoroki's ice and hitting him. Then he'd run over to Todoroki and say, still aware? Smash it! Bam! Sending Todoroki back a little bit more. Todoroki would go onto a tree and shoot fire at Deku. Deku would just say, shoot, I got nothing! So then he'd jump to the left and say, kick smash! And then a giant pressurized air hits Deku in the face. Oh, let's see what they have to say. Let's see what they got. Can I play with you and give you a... That's just weird. Can I give... What are you talking about? No, that's just weird, man. That is very weird. I know you mean about 8 trigram 64 palms, but that's just weird. That is very weird. Just don't say that. That's weird. That's very weird. So yeah, moving on to the fight. Deku would actually win this battle with ease, actually, because Deku has so much stamina. The next match is... Oh yeah, just saying, I am not playing this. This is random gameplay that I'm playing. So basically, the next match is Christian versus Deku. Oh, another comment. Okay, I know the meme. I just don't really want... I think it sounds weird. I know the meme already. It's 8 trigram 64 palms. I know. I get it. 8 trigrams, 64 palms, and I don't even want to say that because it's still weird, but I don't care. Whatever, get on to the what if. We're getting back onto it. Oh, I got 2 people. Hooray. So moving on to the next bar. So Deku versus Christian. This would be a really good match, but I gotta give the favor to Midoriya. Like, he's just got the advantage. He's just got a giant advantage. Let's just go over the fight. Deku would immediately come in with a St. Louis smash, which is caught and he's thrown back. A little tiny bit thrown back. Then, Christian would jump forward and say, fire punch! And go for the punch, but then Deku dodges and Detroit smashes, but it's caught. He's spun around and then he's kicked. And he says, come on, is that all you got? And then he kicks up a fireball and then kicks it towards him, saying, eat it! Yeah! And kicks it right into Deku's face, sending him back. A lot to... Oh, I still have 1 viewer. Nice. So basically, Deku would get sent back a little bit. Then Deku would say, St. Louis smash! Kicking him in the face. Then he'd say, shoot! Then he'd say, blaze kick! Yeah! Kicking Deku back a lot. You know what? I'm gonna lie. I love to lie in these what-ifs to make it fun for me. So Deku actually won't win. Neither does Christian. You'll have to find out who does. So immediately, about 5 minutes later, after keep on fighting and getting right back up, they do a final clash. And the clash is between St. Louis smash and a blaze kick. So Deku and Christian are both in the end, and Deku says, St. Louis smash! And everyone's like, and half the crowd and half the UA students from class, when I say, Deku! And the other half say, Christian! And he says, blaze kick! Ah! And they clash, and he's like, ah! And then he adds in, and then he goes in, and then he jumps over, and then he flips over Deku and says, eat this! Fire! And he says, yell! Eat this! Fire punch! Ah, boom! Boom, boom, boom. Deku would be sent down, but then he'd punch right back up and say, Detroit! And Christian would say, fire! Punch! They both punch each other in the jaw, sending them, knocking them both back, knocking them both out. And there's really no thing, but then it depends who gets up first. And Deku was about to get up, but then Christian just blasts himself back up and says, ah! Jeez, that was intense. Christian is the winner of the UA tournament. Let's go. The UA tournament is over. But wait, every other Class 1A student is gone. Aizawa is the only one. He does not realize. And then after Deku and Christian say, where is everyone? And he's like, wait, where is everyone? Out of nowhere, a giant wave of blue fire comes. He's like, shoot! So then they both duck, and they say, ah! So then they jump back up to the air, and they say, what the heck is going on here? And he's like, and the league comes out of nowhere, and they're like, hello, we've kidnapped your friends. They're all in their little thingies, and he's like, shoot! What can I do? They're like, what can we do? Aizawa would go after, I'd say about none of them, because then when Aizawa rushes, he's punched out of nowhere by a Nomu. The same Nomu that All Might punched into the sky. So basically, Deku and Christian would both have to fight the entire league, plus a Nomu that's so strong. They'd both activate their full powers, Deku going 100% of One For All, full cowling, and Christian would say, Dark Cloak! Yeah! And then blitz over and punch Dabi in the stomach, sending him back all the way into a tree, running over to the Nomu and kicking him, sending the Nomu back far, far. He's like, come on, let's go, Midoriya! Deku would go, one for all, full cowling, 100%. Then he'd say, Detroit Smash, punching Tomura in the face, sending him flying into a tree. These two are insanely powerful. Christian would say, Fire Punch! Yeah. Punching. So he's fighting three. He's fighting Compress, because he has all their classmates, Toga and Dabi. Deku is not fighting the Nomu. He's fighting Tomura, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guy, and who's the other guy? Oh yeah, and Kurogiri. So immediately he would jump up, and Christian would jump up and say, Fire Beam! Flamethrower! And shoot dual flames! Incinerating, and then Dabi would retaliate by saying, out of the way, Compress, and he's like, got it, and then slicing through that fire, he's like, dang it! Then he'd say, he said, Fire Beam! And slam that fire beam into Dabi's, sliding over it and saying, ah! Sending Dabi flying back. And they'd throw up a fireball, and then he'd kick it down at Dabi, exploding him even more. He's about to get stabbed by Toga, then he grabs her arm and slams her onto the ground and says, Fire Blast! Exploding. Then he says, alright, you're the one I'm after. Ah! And then he'd knock out Compress, stealing all the thingies, and then putting them into the UA rooms, so when Compress is defeated, they'll be awakened again. Now, just to say, I have no idea if this is true. I have no idea. I have no idea at all if this is true. So immediately, he'd run over to help Deku, kicking the Nomu back as hard as he can, almost breaking his leg in the process because of how hard the Nomu is to punch. He kicked it so hard that it ran through 10 trees. And then he'd jump behind the Nomu and say, Fire Blast! Engulfing the Nomu. And basically destroying him. Defeating the Nomu, helping Deku out, and Deku would already be enough already for the league. And then they'd both come in with a final. Delaware, Detroit, Fire Punch! Punch! Incinerating and killing all the league off. And that's it for this part, and that's basically it for the entire series.